guess YouTube is going to join us. There it is. Finally. Hey, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. We had some type of computer glitch there that it didn't want to start. Something didn't want to connect. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, generous donations, everything. I appreciate everything and everyone. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. Let's clear out the energy. And then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us today. You know, I feel that after some type of unfair treatment, it's like you was able to defend yourself, and this almost like I'm hearing truth with proof. The truth with some proof came out, and that truth with some proof was some type of information. How like somebody like purposely held something back so that it gave a different opinion. You know, like somebody only told half the story, or they didn't add an important piece of the story to purposely make somebody else have a different opinion. Look at you a different, kind of off skewed. They thought that this was going to change something about the feelings. It never could change the feelings. The feelings are the feelings. There's a lot of feelings because I'm hearing the numbers are the numbers are the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. So there was a lot of feelings about you, and that was not that they couldn't lie about that. They was not going to be able to change that. Something about Judgment Day showed that something wasn't over, and that could have been those feelings because the numbers don't lie. The feelings are the feelings are the feelings. Something is not over, but yet, and it's like, and they're finding that somebody else is not who they appeared to be. I'm like feeling that like you're just kind of this calming spirit, and it's like, I don't know. There's like a certain one of the decks. I don't have it out, but there, and I see a picture of somebody's back, and it's I think it's like a stability card or something like that. It's a picture of somebody's back, and you can see the mountain in the background, like somebody's solid, like you can't be moved. I feel like you're rock solid. You can't be moved. Nothing that somebody could do was able to move you. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Yvette. All right, let's see. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, you defended yourself with something. I said after some unfair treatment, you defended you. Yeah, and I feel like it was about your position in this relationship. Because like I said, there was something that somebody was trying to say or do to make it seem like so that somebody had this skewed view of you. And and it's almost like you had to, I felt like you had to put some space there. You had to make sure it was something like or maybe you had to something about some sort of protection, spiritual protection. Maybe you had to put some type of spiritual protection, or you prayed for some type of spiritual protection around this person. because this is your person. Hey, J Mike. Yeah, because like I said, somebody's getting some information that was held back that they just now getting. Like they was working together with somebody, and this was an important role, but whatever it was, something didn't work out the way that they had anticipated. Like I said, somebody held some information back to try and make this person maybe not like you or something. This could have to do with either, some inheritance. It could have to do with the family. It could have to do with something about lineage. It could have to do with some great amount of money, business, something. But yeah, but somebody, they thought they was going to get their way. Like I said, there was something in that they wasn't actually saying. See that fish in that cup? There was some piece of information that they didn't divulge that. They didn't talk about that little fish in the cup. So they wanted somebody to see that, oh, I'm in my wish fulfillment, and this is that, like, supposed to have been the 10th cup, but there was that little fish in there. Hey, Warrior CC, how are you? Telling you, somebody decided, they made a judgment call that somebody is not who they thought that they was. Somebody is not who they appeared to be. And then somebody else on the flip side is seen to be more than what they appeared to be. And like somebody was trying to like not tell you something for the longest time. They didn't want you to know this because this is something that was supposed to, it's like either way, whether you knew about it or you didn't know about it, was going to affect your future one way or the other. If you knew about it, it was going to be for the betterment. If you didn't know, it was going to be to take you down. Hey, Kay, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'm telling you that information came out. What somebody was doing behind the scenes. Somebody is seen. They can see the devil. They saw the writing on the wall. And I'm telling you, this person, for real, this person was heartbroken. There really was. They actually had to get over this, But I'm gonna tell you, like they say, there's a silver lining all the time. God may hurt us over here, but after that silver lining, it's gonna be all good over here. It's almost like somebody, they traveled and they was with they crew. They was with they family. They was with they're the ones that they supposed to be with. You getting justice. You getting justice because you know what? You completed a cycle that was supposed to have taken you out. You did this. Somebody purposefully tried to take you down. They purposefully tried to hold back some information from you, or they didn't want you to have this. This is something that somebody worked on intently. I'm telling you, somebody worked hard to try and hold something back from you. But like we said, it didn't make a difference. They couldn't hold back somebody's feelings for you. They couldn't hold back how somebody felt for you. Like I said, the numbers Are the numbers are the numbers. Somebody has a lot of feelings, so that's a lot of numbers right there. All those feelings, they have a lot of feelings for you. So somebody was wasting their time thinking that they was going to make it so that somebody no longer cared. They may have confused somebody. Somebody had to wake up. Somebody had to grow and mature and figure out, oh wait, I'm on the wrong path. Let me get myself together and regroup. But they was never going to be able to change how somebody actually truly in their heart of hearts felt about you. Yeah, telling you, this is all new beginnings. They can't stop this. This is all new beginnings in love and money. And it's almost like there was some secret that was going around, and somebody had to. It's like there was this secret that was going around, and it was supposed to have cursed you. No matter, hey, QT Val, how are you? It was supposed to have cursed you. It was supposed to have made you not be able to move ahead, to have, to be, to want, to have your needs met. There was some type of curse, but you know what? They didn't realize that. I feel like you was able to overpower anything that they sent to you. Like I said, you were treated unfairly. You defended yourself. We saw that from the flip. That was the first card. You was able to defend yourself. They didn't realize you had this power, and you was able to go to war with them. This is somebody who tried to attack you. And they fucked up because it's like you destroyed everything that they had on your own. It's like you single-handedly destroyed them and their establishment, their secrets, their lies, their whatever they was doing. And who knew? I don't even think this was something that you was purposefully setting out to do. This is just something that you always had to do. You always had to protect yourself. It was always going to be unfair because that's how you grew up. You had to be keen. You had to be smart. You had to be intelligent. You had to have that intellect. You had to know how to protect yourself and do whatever it is that you needed to do for you. So that's what I'm saying. You didn't purposefully set out to tame this wild motherfucking beast. It just so happened that, who knew? Hey, Deborah, how are you, sweetie? Who knew? It was a delayed response, but the truth came out. And like I said, it was, you had the truth, and there was some proof to back it up. It took a minute. It took a while. It took a long time for people to finally see what you were saying, and you were saying it all along. Now people could see, oh, okay, now they understand how somebody was planning, how they was moving, how they was sneaking and trying to groove and shit like that. Now somebody can understand what you were saying and understand what you were saying. They couldn't get it at first. They get it now. Because like I said, now they saw, just wait a minute. You were supposed to have been the empress, but you was in reverse. What the fuck? Oh, you was not who I thought you was, who you told me you was. See, somebody, they was told to attack this earth angel. They was set up. to attack someone who didn't deserve to be attacked. Somebody realized that somebody else, they sat there and they listened to somebody and watched somebody point the finger over here and listen to what this person was saying and said, you know what, I want you to go over there and get them. Attack. Get them. And that's not what should have been happening. But that's what happened. Now somebody's waiting for something to come in. It's almost like somebody was waiting for some type of payout. You know, like I said, the truth was, with proof was there, and somebody was waiting on some type of payout. They was waiting on some type of check. They was waiting on some type of money in the mail. They was waiting on some type of inheritance. They was waiting on something. But it ain't coming. I felt like somebody felt like they needed to just kind of separate themselves from that environment, whatever that was. Hey, Donna, how are you? Hey, Original. Hey, Malcolm. I appreciate you even more. So, yeah, it's like, you know, I feel like this was when this person really started getting grounded and thinking about, quote unquote, family. You know, those hard questions. What is family? What expectations do they have for family? And are those expectations even being met? You know, what's their role? You know, how should they carry themselves? Even if somebody else has an issue with somebody, what are they supposed to do? Hey, Solo. So, you know, it's kind of like somebody's starting to really have some deep thinking questions here, which they should. Because this person is realizing that, you know, they've even had to have healed themselves after, like, it seemed like there was just a lot of family tension and fighting and bickering and arguing and something, you know, this person feel like they got to heal themselves from these same family members, from these same people. You know, and now this person is thinking about maybe something that you had said. You had talked about the truth, and you had told this person, hey, you know, I'm over here doing my thing because I don't get down like that, or blah, 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 or whatever. Or the shit that you did say sent a stern message. And maybe you know, it wasn't how you said it. It was what the fuck you said to send that message. Because see, now somebody's starting to look at things in another light, and they starting to see that, you know what, they was confused. They got themselves, you know, as long as they right there, they got themselves in this position that they can't get out of. I mean, it's almost like it's hell. Because somebody realized that it's a lot of chaos. They're ready. They're done. They're done. They're done. They are done. They're finished. They are finished. They're done. They're done with the trying to win at all costs. That shit don't ever fucking pan out. They found out that, you know, there was backbiting, there was disloyalty, there was dishonesty, there was all of that shit, and it's fucking with them. It's affecting their conscience, you know, the shit, the part that they played, you know. So this person said, fuck that. They're not doing none of that bullshit no more. None. Because they understand that, you know what comes around has to eventually go right the fuck back around. And this person don't even want to have that extra responsibility, that karma, that bad juju and all that other shit. Because of how the fuck they decided that they was going to follow along with some other motherfuckers that couldn't see that they was being toxic. Somebody had to really take a close look, and they saw how somebody was drumming up a whole situation. They was drumming up a whole entire situation. All because somebody thought that they was going to get something, like they wanted to try and take something, and so it's almost like that. It's like they was begging for something, and they felt like they can continue to get more and more and more, and they have their needs met because they had a certain role. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been like somebody's mom, that the child grow up, they get a job, a nice paying job, they're able to be self-sufficient, independent, and then the mother's like, okay, well, oh baby, give me $20 for this. Oh baby, give me $50. Do me a favor, buy this for me. Oh, I need some, you going to the grocery store, pick me up 3 15-pound roast beefs and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. Like they trying to juice their child, you know what I'm saying? Thinking, well, baby, I'm your mama, I raised you, you owe me that. No, because the child didn't ask to be here. Yeah, somebody, they understand now that how they're feeling so strongly that they deserve to be free. They want to be free. They want to strike out on their own. It's like somebody's realizing that you had to do what you had to do. I feel like this was you. But something about somebody is moving in a new direction, and they are relying heavily on their intuition. They're not allowing somebody to be in their ear anymore. They don't want to hear what nobody else got to say. Like I said, after this unfair treatment, it's like somebody could have been watching you have to defend yourself for so long. And it's like they realizing, damn, that shit was fucked up. We sat there and had to watch, some collective survive through some shit, not knowing that damn collective is just fucking surviving. Hey, Bragsy. It's kind of like, somebody, I think they finally started to really look within. They really started looking really closer at this situation, what was going on, and whatever it is. Like I said, they get the message now that something is over, something is blown out the water, and I feel like this is why this person wants to start off. Yeah, they starting off, they planning what they're about to do, and they're not telling nobody about it. They're not telling nobody about it. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, it's like somebody's true colors finally showed up. And now it's almost like they want forgiveness from a situation. You know how you have an abuser that then abused you your whole life for 20, 30, 90 years and shit. And now they need something because they in a bad way. And they expect you just to be like, well, you did apologize. Okay, come on. You can move in with me. Sure, you can drive my ass to Martin. Here's the extra keys. You need my ATM code? No problem. Let me put you on the account. What else can I do for you? Like they supposed to apologize, and you supposed to be like, it's all good. No. It don't work like that. I'm telling you, because somebody they was hoping that they would get this, that you would be like, okay, well, let me go ahead. I got to take care. I got to invest in. I got to give to my mama. I got to invest in, and this and that and the other. No, in fact, somebody even said that shit is over. Somebody don't even care anymore. Damn. Hey, Adam. Hey, Aisha. Adam wants to know about a job. somebody is starting off secretly. They want to do something new, and they're not telling nobody about it. You know, they're starting off as this new opportunity, new love, and they're not telling new direction. They're not telling nobody about it. What's the message, Spirit? They feel like they can't. You know, like this person has made some changes in their life that they feel like they needed to make. Thank you, Spirit. Yep. And now they are investing only in them. What's the message? What's the message? Thank you. There is a message, though, that's coming through. What's the message? What is the message that's coming through? Thank you. Has to do with some type of balance. Maybe from, I feel like it's actually from, the message is coming through from one of your passed over ancestors. Somebody that's around you right now. Somebody that's always here, always protecting you, always watching over you. Yeah, this is somebody that works with you in the spiritual realm. This could be somebody that was like had a lot of power. This could have been like a father, a grandfather. But this is somebody that, you know, like they say that saying, walk with a big stick. You know, they had a lot of power. They was like head of the household. This is somebody that was head of the household. This is somebody that did a lot of things by themselves. And they made a lot of like, you know, head of the household decisions. So this is back in the day. Because, you know, now women want to be like, shit, you ain't telling me what to do. But back in the day, like our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, it was totally different. Yeah, this is somebody who's talking about something about somebody from the past. Be careful, because they want to, it's almost like somebody, they still haven't learned their lesson. They still want to, they're not being truthful to you. They're not being truthful to you with what they're saying. You know, it's somebody that's coming back from the past, or they want to maybe remind you about something from the past, or bring up the past. Like, hey, you remember that time we went down to the creek and we threw stones and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Lightworker William, how are you? It's almost like somebody wants to kind of bring that up so that they could have you could have a touching moment. Hey, Stephen, how are you? Oh, great. Well, let me do it too. Struggling. Stephen, does mine count? Struggling. So, yeah. Yeah, this is somebody that, you know what, this person, this ancestor, this passed over loved one was speaking to you, but you were doubting what you was hearing. You know, you doubted what you heard. You did not have the confidence to say, I know exactly what I'm hearing. No, you doubted yourself. What's the message? What's the message? Yeah, something about, oh, and the message that what you heard, that you was doubting that you heard it, was that this person was the devil, or this person was not who they appeared to be, not who you thought that they was. This was somebody that you was warned to stay away from, but you did not listen to your intuition. Yep. This is somebody that you somebody was warned to stay away from that person, but they didn't. This is why they had to go through this. What else, Spirit? Okay. Yep. Because I'm telling you, there was some information that somebody was holding back that they were supposed to have told you about, There was a conversation that somebody had with that person. There was something that that person said. There was something that person had did. Somebody knows they should have told you about it, but they held back, and it was purposely to like I said, to skew a whole relationship, or get somebody, make them look at you differently. Okay, hi. Okay, hold on. Okay, can you hear me? Are we good? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I wonder if my mic is going out. I hope not. Yeah, see, somebody's upset that they even listen to this third party, that they even allow somebody up in their space and in their face, because now they're realizing that they did this. They fucked everything up because they had this information that they were supposed to have told you about. They were supposed to have said something. But see, somebody was working on something. And the reason that they wanted that person to hold back is because they had this idea that they was getting ready to get money from this person, suck this person dry, get what was in their pockets. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else, Spirit? It's almost like somebody had to they had to learn a lesson. They had to learn a big, valuable lesson. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Now somebody has a new opportunity. They get to start over. They get to start over with something. And especially since they see something differently now. What's the message? Yeah, I'm telling you, this person held back some information. Held it back. It was probably lying about it. Anyway. What else? Anything else in this deck? Thank you. No. See, now somebody, it's like they don't have nothing to say, or they're not talking. Maybe they're not talking to this group anymore. The Four of Swords, Three of Cups. You know. What else? Anything else from this deck? Anything else from this deck? King of Swords. Okay. So we got the King of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and Seven of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is Archangel Michael that helped you to protect yourself, as far as almost like your standing, or it's almost like help to protect your inheritance or something, because of something that you spoke. And like I said, because it was the information that was held back, something that you spoke. That's why you're getting your justice. Yeah, it was something that you spoke. Deborah Reed. Pick your pocket syndrome. Let's see. Let's go to another deck. We'll do this one. Bottom of the deck, compassion. This Queen of Cups. Yeah, this Queen of Cups is, was able to heal themselves and, is very balanced. I feel like this is what they didn't expect of you. That you was going to be able to heal yourself and you was going to be able to balance yourself out. This is what shocked the fuck out of them. Especially whenever shit started coming back around on them. Shocked the fuck out of them. Because then it's like somebody, as far as that investment that somebody thought that they was making, they decided they didn't want to do that shit no more. They decided that, I don't think I want to do this shit no more. I don't think I'm investing wisely. Yeah, because this person realized that they was making a choice and they was being deceived. Can't make that shit up. Hey, stubborn warrior, how are you? They could not make that shit up. They realized they was being fucking lied to, deceived. Yeah. And regardless what you said, shit didn't change because the truth don't change, do it? You could ask somebody every time something came up, it was the same. Truth don't change. That's when somebody started really listening and really like looking outside the box and really looking around. Because like I said, you spoke your truth with proof. That's when they started looking for that proof. Because like I said, your truth didn't change. It remained constant, consistent, and the exact same. And it was not embellished at all. You knew what the fuck was going on. You knew what the fuck was going on. And see, this is supposed to have been somebody. This would have been like I feel like this would have been more about your mother. But it's almost like it also affected the relationship with your father. And this is why some type of separation happened. Somebody didn't see something about the strength that you have within yourself. Somebody didn't see that you're not going to allow fear to rule you, that you will rule fear. And that's exactly what happened. You did not allow fear to rule you. You stood 10 toes down for your fucking self. Once again, your truth has stood the test of time. And it has been tested over and over and over. This could have been something that you initially said once and maybe have had to say or defend 8 additional times. But either way, it's almost like they know that you ain't here to fucking play. It's almost like, when you develop this new relationship or you recommitted your relationship with the Most High, when you knew that it was you and it was God, and that was all it was to get you through, that's when you started getting very, very spiritually strong. Because like they say, if God is for me, the fuck I care if who's against me. See, it was almost like there was maybe a sibling or somebody that started some conflict back in the day? Almost because somebody had said some untruth and wanted to make it true about you, to act like it really happened. Hey, Susie. Hey, Jean. Hey, Nana Banana. And see, now somebody is like trying to, they hope that whatever they did happened. Whatever they did took place or molded or took a life of its own. That way they could just walk around, acting diplomatic, like they didn't do anything to harm you. But see, I feel that you have what's called discernment of spirits. And I feel that's one of your strengths. And it was you being able to discern what was going on. Yes, your discernment is one of your spiritual gifts. It's very strong. You see what the fuck is going on. You know what you know. You see what you see. And it don't make a difference what they say, how they try to convince you. You let them know you can fuck with yourself, but you can't ever fuck with me. Hey, Shiny. Shine, how are you? Hey, Susan, how are you? Right. Yeah, like I said, somebody, like, they started having to, like they said, they had to use some discernment. They had to, like, think logically. And that's when this person knew it was time for them to make a decision, a sound decision about this partnership, about who they was working with, who they was trying to support. And that's when they realized, you know what, they fucked up. They should have exercised some caution, lots of it. And now this person said, they can't carry on like that. That was the wrong way to go. So that shit is over. They say that it's justice that somebody had to learn to defend themselves, just like you had to defend yourself. They say that it's justified that somebody was left out in the jungle the same way that you was left out in the jungle. They say that it's justice that somebody, had to experience that same conflict, that same, where somebody was trying to do something and create something and inflict something for no fucking reason, like they did with you, in order for this person to understand what you were talking about when you was talking about it. Hey, Kaya. See, somebody has this fantasy that if they didn't really have to do anything to be happy, that the other person was going to do everything that they needed for them to be happy. Like somebody made some false promises, some false, built up some false expectations, and now somebody is understanding that no, that was a lie. Because since they got wrapped up with this person, this group, this crowd, they've been experiencing one hardship after another, after another, after another, after another. And now the opportunity to balance this whole situation out has come. the opportunity to put an end to whatever this bullshit was that somebody thought that they was going to do is upon us. Now somebody decides that, you know what, it's not fun anymore. Whenever they was trying to, create all these burdens for you with the 10 of Wands, it ain't fun anymore. Who the fuck knew that it was no longer going to be any fun now that the rabbit got the motherfucking gun? See, that Wheel of Fortune turned back against them, and what they was pursuing is now pursuing them. They was hunting so keenly, so intent on hunting something down. Now that they didn't trip, the gun and fell across the room, across the floor, whatever they was hunting, picked it up, and now was hunting them. Oh, now somebody want to cry. Now somebody want to ask for their mama. See, it's okay, because what you was working on, now it's at that give and take. Remember? That give and take. Now somebody is, curious, and they feel like it's probably their best interest is to kind of go ghost. Because they feel like a fool. They do. They feel like a fool. This is somebody that was so mean to you. That's why they want to disappear. That's why they feel awkward and ill at ease. That's why they're having like some sort of dysfunction. And see, this person thought that they was going to gain victory at one point by tripping you up. By making it so that things didn't necessarily move forward for you. By having you in this holding pattern. Hey, Nurse Oasis. See, somebody, they really tried to inflict some pain on you with the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. They really tried to inflict some pain on you. Like, because they was bored. They didn't have shit else to do. Well, they didn't want to watch reruns. They was tired of watching Gilligan's Island, that one with the big ass spider. Okay, Hypsee, thank you so much. So they started fucking with you. That was more entertaining. You would give them a real response. Yeah, but now, what something wonderful happened with you and your finances. I feel like, your finances, you're at a good spot. And you're moving forward. And your finances are going to grow. And this other person, they're at a loss right now because they made a decision to do what they was doing. And you're being celebrated. You are being celebrated. People are talking about your courage to get through all this bullshit. And then your courage to become so stable. So grounded. Hey, Madeline. So I feel like good things are being said about you. Wonderful things. Especially since, like I said, this information was purposefully held back from you. And it was to harm you. And you didn't know anything about it. You had no idea about it. You didn't know that somebody thought that they could go ahead and take your spot, take your turn at the wheel of fortune. Like, when you get a turn, the universe is coming back around for you. Somebody thought they could magically take your spot if they kept this to themselves. What's the message, Spirit? Yep, something about a vision, I'm telling you. They just knew it. They said, let me just keep, like somebody was trying to manifest it. They was trying to manifest this. Yeah, like they kept being perseverant, in the sun and the high priestess. Someone was trying to manifest something. Yeah. But logic told them that if they want something, they're going to have to get with you. So manifest how you want to, because it's not going to work without you. What's the message? Oops. Yeah, something about something from the past, a bad memory from the past or something. Yeah, I feel like, this is a bad memory. Yeah, this person gives you, this person ain't getting shit because you got a bad memory from the past of what this person was doing. Like I said, this could have been a sister, this could have been a witch. Yep. And now it's almost like now they want to have a new start with you. Now they want to be like, hey, we sisters, we siblings, you my brother, this, that. No. Because they only want some money. That's it. They only want money. That's it. They don't really want to repair nothing, start nothing over. They just want money. Somebody else wants a partnership, though. I feel like that's this emperor. Yeah, this emperor wants them to start a new, a new life, or start over, start with some, the family foundation, the firm foundation. Because I feel like this person has been really doing a lot of thinking and inward introspection. What else, Spirit? What else? Thank you. Yeah. And somebody else, it's like, I just heard their life hangs in the balance. Maybe not figuratively speaking. Maybe not literally speaking. Maybe just figuratively speaking, or something that they're going through right now is hanging in the balance. There's no clear direction of what they're going to do, what they need to do. It's almost like something that's kind of up in the air, and it has to do with some action that this mother figure did. Like I said, we saw in the other deck that Empress was upside down. She wasn't who she appeared to be. It was something that this person did, not being who they appear to be. Hi, Lifa. Exactly, Jean. Exactly. What else, Spirit? What else? Thank you. Yep. See, somebody decided that it was time for them to stop. They decided that, it was something about this message. Stop lying to themselves, or this person decided that, when it comes to this group or these people, some people or something, and I feel like they're letting somebody know about some deceptive message that was going on, some lies that was being said, and it's almost because that person wanted to throw some shit, some shit in your game. Somebody's talking about, how somebody made it, and somebody made it all up. And the only reason they made it up is because they wanted to throw shit in the game. They wanted to take your person. So that's why somebody's letting you know, hey, this is what really happened. That is what's really happening. That's why they're getting karma. Because they got in trying to get in the way of your happiness. That's why they're getting karma. Really? Madeline, really? Wow. What's the message, Spirit? Exactly, Jean. Let them live in truth. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, somebody, like I said, this person is cautious about, this mother figure. They're cautious because somebody's been doing something for a long time now. They've been doing something for a long time. And now somebody, and they can't get out of it. Somebody see what they've been doing, and they can't escape that. See, that's why. That's why somebody, they like I said, they hurt themselves trying to hurt you. All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm going to answer Adam's question. He wanted to know if he was going to get a job soon. And then we're going to swing the pendulum. So, Adam, let me see. It could be in communications or something, or maybe somebody got to tell you something. Let's see. Is Adam going to get a job soon? What's the message? Is Adam going to get a job soon? Could be good news. Is Adam going to get a job soon? I think it's going to take some more time. I think that what you're going to see is going to be maybe something that's going to be, you're going to look at it and be like, yeah, it's not even going to be worth my time. It's almost like you're not going to be looking, but, almost like, how you apply for the positions that you really want and you don't hear nothing for a long time. And then all of a sudden you get a call. It's going to be like that. All of a sudden, you were going to get a call about this position. This is something that you're going to need to really think about. You're going to have to go within, because you may need to travel with this position or relocate or something. You may need to relocate, but if so, trust me, baby, you're going to be good. It's going to be like worth it. A new opportunity, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be worth it. And then you're going to be able to save. You're going to be able to really put some money to the side. Yep. So, all right, I hope that helped. Let's go ahead and swing the pendulum. Think of your question. All right, Spirit. Which way is the pendulum going to swing this afternoon? Hey, Miss Purple, how are you? Which way is the pendulum going to swing? And it looks like it is swinging as a yes. Yep, the answer is a yes. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off of here. Get me something to eat. I am starving as if my name was Marvin. I do plan on being back. I must need a new battery. I do plan on being back this afternoon, but I got to do a couple of videos, and then I will chat with y'all then. All right, TikTok. Thank you so very much, and I will see y'all soon. And Adam, I hope that was a good. Oh, thank you so very much, Kezia. Thank you. All right, and y'all, I appreciate everyone. I will see y'all a little bit later, and please follow me on TikTok for more. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see y'all, but I'm gonna eat first. I love you all. Thank you, Kate.